just got to Singapore here. I was on, so I had a 17-hour flight to Seoul, South Korea. Sitting next to a physicist the whole time. It was so exciting. This is really cool black guy, right? Older gentleman. And I wanted to start a conversation with him. He was reading a paper about multidimensional space-time. Oh, but I was embarrassed. I was too shy, right? But I was coming up with discoveries all about redefining space-time right next to him, and he's working on integrals and shit. And we're just working together, right? And he's looking at me every once in a while. I look at him every once in a while. We had a seat in between us, right? He was over there, I was over here. I'm curious what he was all working on too. He was thinking hard, and so was I. Right? It was so inspiring. We were by each other. He would sleep for a little while, and then he would wake up and get an idea, and I would sleep for a little while. I would wake up and get an idea. I think we were feeding off each other psychically a little bit in some strange way, right? Just because we know we were both so into this physics stuff, right? And he saw me drawing all these sine waves and this E equals mc squared stuff all over the place. He saw the EMC2 and the E equals mc squared, right? And then he saw how they combined. He didn't actually, man, I wish I would have talked to him, right? But nah, man, that's not what it's about. He's discovering his own answers, and he's got his equations, right? I got my drawings and my pictures. They make sense to me. I felt bad for him because he was writing all those equations. Like, dude, you can't even see what this stuff looks like when you're writing it. But he's probably got it in his head, like that simulation, right? But an equation requires, it's a step removed, right? So that simulation that you write in your head, I put that simulation on paper, and then I reasoned through what the different forces should relate. You know, then he has to write the equation, and then simulate the thing, and then simulate, you know, so he's got like 3 or 4 steps removed in between there with all these equations and all this stuff. So it's a little unfortunate for that, right? For direct route of thinking there. But I came up with the principle that I said, okay, energy can be neither created nor destroyed, but what we can do, interestingly, is we can get different amounts of work by investing energy in conceptual structures, right? Conceptual technologies that optimize our processes. So these are things that, so basically by investing stuff at a perceptual logic, by becoming an expert, you gradually require less energy to do the same amount of work in the environment. So it would appear as if energy is actually changing, right? Because the same resources and same procedure, process, or whatever, using less amount of energy came out with the same work. How does that happen? Well, that's because there's some energy stored in the human brain, and there's some energy stored, encoded in the environment that helps the human brain process information more effectively. Those are tools and artifacts, right? So I figured out how do tools, artifacts, and cognition relate to the relate to Einstein's equation of energy equals mass times speed of light times speed of light, right? So speed of light times speed of light was sense making, mass, of course, or matter, of course, is resources and energy, right? So then I looked at how energy can just change in the system, so phase changes of energy. So it was exciting. I would review some of the drawings I did, probably talk a little bit more about it, show you what they look like. I mean, we had like 20 hours of work here, me and this dude, right? If we would have collaborated, we would have solved the whole damn thing. But whatever, I didn't want to have to talk to this dude the whole time, and he didn't want to have to talk to me the whole time either. We're kind of loners, right? So we enjoyed just working next to each other, and that was fun. So maybe one day we'll meet again, and we'll realize that we solved the answer, solved the question right there in the actual plane there on the way to Singapore. And yes, we did not have a thing, or my fear was overcome, you know. I actually accepted my fear, well, a few days before that happened anyhow. So moved past that and learned and grew. And I realized it was going to be a growing moment, right? A transformation, a phase shift right on the plane right there. Phase shift next to my dude, this physicist over there, professional physicist, right? I'm a novice physicist. No, I don't know what I am, I'm a personal scientist, man, whatever. So that was fun. So I'll talk more about that in a little while.